Hello, Internet class. Today we teach adventure, an appropriate topic for what soon must all do sooner than think for my boss, 10th degree Grandmaster of entire world Trish. Approve my plan, add some nice touch. And no, cannot tell you plan. Today we study benefit of adventure, some soberness, drunkless balance between foolish and reason, known as risky venture, unknown territory, calculated risk, dangerous undertaking, not know what to happen, gamble for glory, stimulation by event, chance of luck and good fortune, and often hazard all, in balance of exciting activity needing enterprise and enthusiasm going through perilous escapade of precarious uncertainty with good emotion. Did I mention danger? Many of you live adventure on way to Ninja Base, nothing like it. Now hear adventure talk of fluttering songbird of youth that may leave for some, but never really have to fly away. The child in us was warm, playful, and bold, but vanished ere we knew, leaving us cold. Now this we know, the day we stop being adventurous is the day we get old. So dare to walk the line, balancing fun, there between protection and misfortune, for the greatest blunder in life is to repeatedly fear that you might make one. Not quite sober, blessed, nor drunk to excess, never too foolish nor very reckless. Oh, adventure is so reasonable in this delicate state of awareness.
I'll help your conspiracy fight plan in any way, offered Rascal. Many others seconding and thirding this, for goodness requires adventure.
Okay, Rascal. Since you so willing and from same base, I give good job to you, so prepare in future field leadership role and do toe too.
If anyone can, he can, added Prof. Pat.
What does adventure seek? It seeks life's light of delight, joy, success, triumph, and lasting gladness of to be alive, for its main ingredient in living recipe make from friendship, love, happiness, and nature. But so unfortunate that few people celebrate life anymore. There's not enough time in the day, they're sure, to care about life, friends, love, romance, joy, wisdom, smiles, thrill, and dreams through adventure. See them hurrying hither and thither. Oh, look at the time, I must go whither. What sense the life that has no time to live? Wherefore the wind that swirls in a dither?
Right on, said Frederick. So walk the dead, for adventure is life's heart of hearts, the very spirit of life from transition through opposition.
The great quest spurs us ever on.
We fight for the one and to the one for all and all for one.
Okay, good. I feel energized. Now give more detailed instruction to very interested class. Never have those like you. Here go. Boredom and dull routine have little place, if any, in a life, and it is only by one's own laziness that they are allowed to exist at all, languishing nearby on the doorstep, as it were, as uninvited guests, as all the while terrible complaints are hurled against them. I'm bored, some say, half-heartedly hoping that some new entertainment will appear out of the blue and carry them away from a dreary, commonplace existence, perhaps into a fairy tale. So adventure calls constantly to us as a cure for the blahs, for routine dulls the senses. Even the greatest music soon begins to fall unheard on our ears, and gradually degenerates into that same old song. Although breaking the chains of routine often requires a great burst of energy, adventure can become self-sustaining once the seeds have been planted. Yes, initially some hard work must be applied, since adventuring is not normal, free, and easy in this world. But remember that before all realized realities must come the dream, the creative vision, the attitude, and the outlook that will bring adventure to life. Even before the dream comes the yearning, though it's dim at first, glowing as a faint phantasm in a fleeting daydream struggling to maintain its shape before it fades into the noise of day. As these shadows pass over the adventurous mind, the vision must be enhanced and then steadily pursued until it, at last, becomes three-dimensional and real. We often look back later, quite amazed at the wonders that we have wrought, but we had the vision and gave it life. Daydreams are filled with thoughts on promenade wishes, fantasies o'er the mind cascade. Listen well to these plans already made, for by sundown the phantom shapes may fade. The rewards of adventure are many. Stimulation, experience, and growth are practical results. But foremost comes joy, exhilaration, and thrill, the feeling of being alive. Who has not known the adventure of walking to school alongside a stream, dallying here and there, then crossing over the water on a log, nearly slipping off, but catching oneself at the last instant while skipping a heartbeat? Who has not known the electricity of the first kiss at summer camp? Or of the reading or writing of a great poem or story while basking warm and cozy in the winter sunshine? Or the thrill of a job well done? If we no longer know such things, then perhaps now is the time to stop worrying about getting our hair messed up. It's all a matter of style, purpose, and vision. To plant the seeds of adventure, one must seek out the uncommon, the unusual situation, the exotic, even in one's own backyard, looking for the odd character, although certainly not those who are unhealthy, the pleasantly eccentric by today's staid standards, the person willing to try just about anything that isn't illegal, the offbeat but upbeat person, the optimist, the exciting prospect, the person with those excitingly wonderful and harmless qualities, sometimes called character defects. And so it is that once you find it, adventure begets more adventure, for ideas from all over soon begin to interact and build until a person rises above mere existence and really lives. Oh, I've had many adventures myself, from romance in the South Seas to mysterious intrigue in the villages of France. But travel and romance are only a general means to adventure. There are many more, mostly personal, for it depends on what you want from life. Adventure can be had right here in one's own town. Of course, some adventures entail a minor amount of risk-taking and rule-breaking, for that which is often uncommon is often the most extraordinary, and therefore must draw undue attention from those in the straight world. But I ask you, does not the element of danger often greatly heighten the excitement? Who has not, in the throes of spring fever, slyly disappeared from his place of employment on some exciting romantic mission and found adventure in that forbidden quest? Yes, students. Adventure is lived in that delightful middle state in which we are neither drunk nor sober, nor ever reckless, but ever balancing excitement with responsibility, each paying for the other as we walk the thin line between foolishness and safety, the log across the creek. So I say, to you all, prime the pump, seek out adventure, embrace it. Use your emotions, get up out of your chair and into the arena. Open up and invite adventure in, give it, take it. Live life with a reasonable passion and with a passionate reason, for adventure will become a living situation that becomes automatic. Then you will say, I'm excited. There's everything to do in this town. The people are mostly wonderful, and I marvel at life's wonders each and every day. The rewards of adventure are many. Stimulation, experience, and growth are practical results. But foremost comes joy, exhilaration, and thrill, the feeling of being alive. Who has not known the adventure of walking to school alongside a stream, dallying here and there, then crossing over the water on a log, nearly slipping off, but catching oneself at the last instant while skipping a heartbeat? Who has not known the electricity of the first kiss at summer camp? Or of the reading or writing of a great poem or story while basking warm and cozy in the winter sunshine? Or the thrill of a job well done? If we no longer know such things, then perhaps now is the time to stop worrying about getting our hair messed up. It's all a matter of style, purpose, and vision. To plant the seeds of adventure, one must seek out the uncommon, the unusual situation, the exotic, even in one's own backyard, looking for the odd character, although certainly not those who are unhealthy, the pleasantly eccentric by today's staid standards, the person willing to try just about anything that isn't illegal, the offbeat but upbeat person, the optimist, the exciting prospect, the person with those excitingly wonderful and harmless qualities sometimes called character defects. And so it is that once you find it, adventure begets more adventure. For ideas from all over soon begin to interact and build until a person rises above mere existence and really lives. Oh, I've had many adventures myself, from romance in the South Seas to mysterious intrigue in the villages of France. But travel and romance are only a general means to adventure. There are many more, mostly personal, for it depends on what you want from life. Adventure can be had right here in one's own town. Of course, some adventures entail a minor amount of risk-taking and rule-breaking, for that which is often uncommon is often the most extraordinary, and therefore must draw undue attention from those in the straight world. But I ask you, does not the element of danger often greatly heighten the excitement? Who has not, in the throes of spring fever, slyly disappeared from his place of employment on some exciting romantic mission, and found adventure in that forbidden quest? Yes, students, adventure is lived in that delightful middle state, in which we are neither drunk nor sober, nor ever reckless, but ever balancing excitement with responsibility, each paying for the other as we walk the thin line between foolishness and safety, the log across the creek. So I say to you all, prime the pump, seek out adventure, embrace it. Use your emotions, get up out of your chair and into the arena. Open up and invite adventure in, give it, take it. Live life with a reasonable passion and with a passionate reason. For adventure will become a living situation that becomes automatic. Then you will say, I'm excited, there's everything to do in this town. The people are mostly wonderful, and I marvel at life's wonders each and every day.
Everyone ran out the door and had a great afternoon and evening on into the night. Rascal awoke the next day, practiced his listening as usual, but heard nothing at all. He got out of bed, had breakfast, but saw no one else, then logged into TowQuest, half the morning passing by in the eerie stillness of no one in any place. This is strange, Rascal thought. He got up from the computer and walked the halls of the Ninja Center. Everything looked normal enough, but no one was around. He called out, not a whisper came back. He returned to do some more wiki Googling, but his computer soon clunked to a stop, sizzling a bit, and then the hard drive went up in smoke. What the heck? He looked around. Still no one, nothing. And then the Grandmaster appeared as if by magic from the smoky, hovering haze.
Emergency evacuation, Rascal. Everyone gone. We closed down. Another 3 computers exploded, much worse than Rascal's had, spewing parts and little fires and wires and chips all over the floor. It be plan time, my friend. I can take help now you offer me. What's happening? Asked Rascal. 100 conspiracy supercenter agents and their commanders arrive soon, some by helicopter too. They invade Ninja Base. There be new base us have soon. Much better equipment, all new 27-inch IMAX.
How did they find us?
We tell them by place clue in ear of high-rank US senator from conspiracy by other double-agent senator. It be somewhat like surprise inspection announced by military service day before. Haha.
What did we tell them for?
So conspiracy come here, clean house, look at computer file, for they never find us base before. They also think tow here.
Should we destroy the rest of the computers?
No, leave as be. Contain false location of other bases. They raid empty buildings. We ready for them be. Also put silly but complicate TowQuest theories as false tow in computer. Ha.
What can I do for you, Master?
I go below in secret room, listen long time, I record but no risk transmit. You need pour chemical on floor for perfect self-seal trapdoor. No way in, no way out. There I stay.
You're going to remain under there for days, possibly for weeks, all alone and listening in a tiny space?
Yes, me alone, but lonely never, for have best friend near my loving self, you'll suffocate.
Who thought up this crazy plan?
You did. Remember spy from below, oh that geez, but what if they don't stay around? They stay when see computer blow up if move.
What if they find you?
Then I die well, go down with Skip, but they not think this, beside all solid rock except tiny hole.
They may still find you. Maybe they will scan for electronics.
Scan not work good in computer room. but me turn off if C-scan happen. But chance of take. Even one more little room under small room. This best chance obtain info on secret conspiracy centers so hard to find.
Don't we need to put a carpet over the trapdoor? No, make suspicion.
They bring in mud, discolor floor, make good camouflage.
Is there any air down there?
Little bit air come from small long hole. Me not breathe much. Open other room if be need.
Okay, how much time do we have?
Maybe half hour they been sighted, but I go soon room under floor here. Right here? Yes, be underfoot, but first tell you instruction. I'm ready.
After chemical pour, swing bookcase, go tunnel there. Stop when see water, catch breath. Swim underwater, not easy, not hard. Come up in pond in dense wood, get camera there. When see raid begin, take super zoom pictures. Here you good photographer. Then use explosive find there. Make hole with. Go in, cover self loosely with dirt, dig air pocket. Plug ears. You may still hear many whoosh of terrible sound wave. No harm you. Stay 10-minute, walk path to road. Remember bike ride. Arrive here. Return same way, but now know the way of the Tao. Someone come help you. No worry, you not much look like ninja. Beside, Idaho say you live in area. Holy Mother Teresa, who doubted God in her diaries. What has the world come to? It become more good place if plan work. Will they reveal some secrets while they're here? Yes, they be excite. Remember emotion course? All top brass come. They have rust, not used to field discipline. The bookcase tunnel entrance is obvious and quite easy to find, as I suppose it was designed to be, for only the way in need be difficult. What if they follow me? Walk fast in forest, that's it? I still remember how to ride a bike. Ha. You think clear about contingency, you calm in crisis, make good leader. We forget tunnel during yesterday what if session. If you like, use second explosive you find out thereafter, make hole and throw into pond. It flood tunnel, even let water eventually seep into computer room and add to mess of mud and wires and burns of some fried computers. As for tunnel, yes, they soon discover. It explain why base empty. We have better tunnel through which 1,000 head ninjas someday come from every base and pass through in triumph to receive conspiracy info. Best not use bike, maybe vehicle motion sensors about, plus forest may become some rubble. Great, thanks, and I hope all goes well, but I have the tow they want. Yes, this risk. Be one reason we keep you here long, plus whole region infested, but we have call in best of best exterminators. Thanks for hint of great plan. My pleasure, I think. Okay, ready to go in? I ready, have good book read, farewell friend. Maybe someone cut me free with blowtorch in few day. Here, poem to read in forest. Apply to you me both of last hurrah. Rascal bowed to the great Grandmaster, who then opened the trapdoor and went down to what looked like a dark tomb, but it was even much smaller than that. The door was then shut and Rascal applied the chemical, waited a while, and then heard the master's tap that meant that he could see that the seal was perfect via a wireless camera. Rascal looked up at the camera and waved goodbye, opening the bookcase, entering and closing it, and then walked down the dimly lit tunnel for a quarter mile or so, stopping and resting when he saw the murky water. My God, this month is a blur. We found the true toe. A conspiracy is trying to take over the world. The end of days is maybe coming in 30 years due to global warming. Where were the billions and billions of years that Carl Sagan only said once, mostly of those gone before, but hoped for ahead as well? Rascal, now relaxed, took a very deep breath and dove under the water and swam straight ahead through the liquid darkness and finally surfaced, his lungs almost bursting in a small pond, among several nearby, in the very shady forest beyond the compound. Rascal found the explosives and blew a hole in the ground in a prime spot, blew up the tunnel exit of the pond, and then waited. The Grandmaster nodded to himself in the tiny room when he felt the two vibrations. Rascal Puff, good man to be friend of, if ever see I light of day again. After a short while, Rascal noted an army of conspirators arriving from both the air and the road. They sprayed poison gas into the mansion and knocked down the doors of the ninja base, and some entered wearing masks. Such is the doom of man that he forgets his mistakes and repeats them. Rascal had been taking zoomed pictures and some video through a small hole in the shrubbery and kept on until they said all clear, and had all gone in. Evil has come to our house. Then he went into the ground hole and covered himself with dirt and leaves that he'd propped up all tilted and ready to fall in, and then breathed very sparingly in his small airspace, slowing his heartbeat by meditating. This is more wonderful training, I suppose, for I could have sealed in the Grand Master and left hours ago, except for the taking of the pictures, but I was told it would build ultimate character for leadership. But perhaps the photos of these people and their license plates will become invaluable if anything goes wrong. 3 massive shockwaves of sound and whatever else swept the forest, ripping the bark off of the trees and shredding the bushes all around, although he didn't know this yet. Rascal's ears had been plugged, but he still shook at the magnitude of this weapon. The Weather Channel would be manipulated or would report on its own that twisters had struck or that a meteor had fallen in the surrounding forests, amazingly sparing the large mansion that was soon to become a temporary conspiracy outpost. Rascal waited through a long silence, except for a few more helicopters arriving, gathered more air into his below-ground space, and then there was nothing for many minutes. The 10 minutes were surely up, so he arose, pretty much looking like a dirt farmer, and walked for several miles through the dense and devastated forest, toward the same road from which this quest had begun, having to climb over many fallen trees and branches. It was the first time that Rascal had really been out in 2 weeks. He saw nature a bit differently. He could understand the birds' cries and calls, those that were left, could sense the flowers even before seeing them, by their scent, knew how to attend to every sound and breeze, even the softness of a faraway twig falling through the branches, could heard one hand clapping, and knew what plants were good to eat, altogether feeling at peace with every living thing, now seeing deep into the life of all things natural. He was almost back to where he'd started from. The end of all his exploring was to be able to know this familiar 3-dimensional place for the first time.
I am not alone, for I have myself.
He took the poem out of his pocket and read it. What though the radiance which was once so bright be now forever taken from my sight? Though nothing can bring back the hour of splendor in the grass, of glory in the flower, we will grieve not, rather find strength in what remains behind, in the primal sympathy which having been must ever be, in the soothing thoughts that spring out of human suffering, in the faith that looks through death, in years that bring the philosophic mind. And O ye fountains, meadows, hills, and groves, forebode not any severing of our loves. Yet in my heart of hearts I feel your might. I only have relinquished one delight, to live beneath your more habitual sway. I love the brooks which down their channels fret, even more than when I tripped lightly as they. The innocent brightness of a newborn day is lovely yet. The clouds that gather round the setting sun do take a sober coloring from an eye that hath kept watch o'er man's mortality. Another race hath been, and other palms are won. Thanks to the human heart by which we live, thanks to its tenderness, its joys and fears, to me the meanest flower that blows can give thoughts that do often lie too deep for tears. William Wordsworth. Rascal walked for another mile, spotted the road, and peered through a bush out into the road, then looked right and left, shielded by some other bushes. Nothing. He took a step, intending to enter the forest on the other side, an area that was well known to him. 3 black sedans full of cigar smokers suddenly pulled up and surrounded him. Why did I cross the road? I don't know. This is no joke. I'm not chicken. Rascal watched a man step out smoking a long cigar and having a coughing fit.
You look familiar, said Rascal.
I should be. I'm good friend you in Ninja Base. Try get used to smoke. Cigar terrible stuff of burning leaves. We find these great car today. Interesting radio talk.
Where to? Brand new Ninja Base with pool, good computer, tennis court, and many more great things await your presence.
How do we afford these places? Use Conspiracy credit card. Soon have many more. What's happening back at the ranch? Who know, but they probably ask computer expert. They know about this? They know about that? Ha ha. Grandmaster needs 6 years to hear all open talk.
Another week slowly passed by in the new base, the conspiracy staying put in an unprecedented way, perhaps emboldened by the lack of resistance. Ninja strike forces had been formed and been prepared and positioned around the world, every novice and trainee joining them, Toquesters included. 50,000 ninjas waited on a single word. Meanwhile, some conspiracy attacks on empty buildings began, with ninjas coming in right behind them and dispensing with all such silliness. It was not a pretty sight, but evil never is. Another few days passed and the conspiracy prepared to leave the ninja base, packing their cars, having gotten all they could get, but they didn't get anywhere, for hell's fires called to them all. 1,000 head ninjas then entered the compound, extracted some more information from some conspirators whose dying mechanisms had failed, and torched open the tiny room under the floor, consuming precious oxygen below while doing so. The room below was as dark as a moonless night.
Someone get light! The Grandmaster lay still. Many gasped and then bowed in sorrow, but then one eyelid opened and he soon sat up.
And then headed up, but he was moving mighty slow. Rascal was the first to greet him and took his arm as he came up and out.
Have many good note organized by region. Internet site, passwords, bank accounts, email too. Take each note for your own base. Disperse, go forth, transmit message, plan quick, attack. Go now with high heart all onto the globe to every dark avenue and shine the blinding light of goodness. Move like wind of hurricane. Conspiracy go high alert when not receive check-in call tomorrow. I be okay. Moon fully shine once more. Talk you all later.
Have many good note organized by region. Internet site, passwords, bank accounts, email too. Take each note for your own base. Disperse, go forth, transmit message, plan quick, attack. Go now with high heart all onto the globe to every dark avenue and shine the blinding light of goodness. Move like wind of hurricane, conspiracy go high alert when not receive check-in call tomorrow. I be okay, moon fully shine once more, talk you all later. Someone reported some damage to the priceless paintings and wood carvings. Those just things. The Grandmaster began falling toward Rascal, who caught him. You okay? No, but will be. Rascal, have Prophet drain conspiracy funds. Get Michael to energize into main fortress and disable. Ask Frederick to scan foreign language internet sites and translate useful info. Have Lloyd terminate conspiracy infiltrators of governments with extreme prejudice. Have Greybeard run Australia operation. Cut electricity to continent during attacks, we sparse there. Ninja black helicopter gunships lifted and roared off, and within a few days, 3/4 of the conspiracy centers had been destroyed. Some conspirators were even captured, but many had chosen death in battle or through the deadly thought. However, the remainder of their centers were totally cut off from each other, and these would perhaps take some years to address. The Grandmaster had been taken to a hospital for revitalization and had just arrived at the new ninja base, noting Rascal sitting at a computer, reading Wordsworth. Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by a sight so touching in its majesty. Ships, towers, domes, theaters, and temples lie open to the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep. In his first splendor, valley, rock, or hill, ne'er saw I, never felt a calm so deep.
Rascal, my old friend, our crazy idea work. It greatest success in 10-year history. Sit down, have wine. Many good ninja die. Raise glass to them, sip, then turn over to spill and set upside down on table. Trish and Michael energized into the shadows and wordlessly stepped forward and took up their glasses. I give toast to ninja warriors gone to the sky. To you, my friends who die in fight, now you become the brightest light of darkest night. Stars forever shining the way that's right.